Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Honeywell's webinar. Thank you for taking your time to join this webinar. Today, we are going to discuss about an exciting new product launches in ASEAN region called Adpro. I am Ashley, the product marketing of security offerings for Southeast Asia region based out in Kuala Lumpur.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jade. I provide technical support to Asian customers in related to security product based in Bangkok. Actually, I believe some audiences might be curious about the subject of this webinar. Why 140 square meter area?
Yes, Jade, I figured that so. Basically, 140 square meter is equivalent to 1,005 square feet. It's a common size of many applications such as condominium, restaurant, derby, convenience shops, and many other local retails. The product of Adpro, which we are going to reveal today, has a compact body but powerful features to fit these places. Well, we know the main purpose of installing CCTV is due to security reason. However, we would like to share with you the additional features which Adpro Gateway could deliver to help the customer to deploy safety and security analytics services for a single and multi-site chain install. Ultimately, this solution is to achieve the goal of easy management, improving efficiency, and reduce cost of false alarm responses.
Right? I got really annoyed by false alarm from those competitive launch and slowly become ignorance of those alarm notifications.
Yep, so without further ado, let's move on to today's topic. To the audiences, you can raise any question in the Q&A box below. We will answer as many as we could at the end of this session. When mentioned about 140 square meter, I think of a house where a Wi-Fi is essential for living. And based on the current property development trend, most of the houses are not more than 140 square meter. So Adpro is going to be the favorites of many homeowners because the size that fits anywhere, a layman who can just plug and play the products, and lastly, mobile phone is an important belongings. So the user could easily check in to see what's happening at home, and instantly they can talk to their loved one if they see something is funny. So what about you, Jade? What do you think of the size of 140 square meter?
Yes, actually, 140 square meter. I think of a 7-Eleven, Starbucks, and Subway.
That's right. So most of the retail, especially a franchise business, have more than one store, and each store have the size less than 140 square meter. If I'm the business owner with multiple stores, quick and easy access to the site is important for me, and I would like to be notified when something real is going wrong, so that I could give the first response to fix the issue. Then to be able to control the devices remotely would be a plus point to save my time. Believe it or not, no matter you are a homeowner or a retail owner, where the usage and expectations are totally opposite, Apple products could fulfill the requirement of this contrast scenario. Now, let's look into the details. How Apple could deliver the three benefits. There are four common areas in the house, like living room, hallway, kitchen, and garage. A homeowner will have already signed up the Wi-Fi broadband at the first thing they do. In each of these areas, we could have one CCTV to monitor live activities. Total 4 CCTV are enough here. After that, the homeowner will be contacting his favorite electrical contractor to purchase and install the devices. For first-time installation, this CCTV would be connected to the router through network cable to power up, while the Adpro gateway could be placed at anywhere. To extend the comfort, you can decide if you want to command and control your lighting, gate, or the smoke detector on the same platform. You can add an I/O module to connect these external devices for remote control. In terms of safety, it enables you to react quickly when a smoke is detected in the kitchen. As for a chain store, we are picking a samples of a franchise laundry shop here. In the size of 140 square meter, it covers laundry's area, backyard where the filtration system was installed, small office, shop corridors. A retail owner would also have signed up Wi-Fi broadband at their own. Then 4 CCTV channel is sufficient to cover this area. We recommend connecting all the devices on wired for the stability of network. So just like what we have shared earlier, adding an I/O module provides convenience to control the lighting and gate easily from the mobile apps. While smoke detectors is installed, the smoke alarm is also important to stop the gas smoking inside the shop. You can use audio challenge to stop the person from smoking through a remote monitoring on your mobile apps. Next, having the quality alarm notification is important for the business owner too. In a laundry shop, there's money changing machine for exchange of token to use the machine. We recommend adding loitering analytics. It's able to tell you if there's a suspicious behavior in the shop. This to give you a quick response to prevent business losses. You can turn on a spotlight in the shop to scare the thief away. While the other side of the features, enable talking to the site is also means to provide convenience to the owner. In a situation where the customer came to the laundry shop, but the money changing machine had ran out of token, you can speak to the person, especially the customer, and navigate them for next action remotely. Lastly, we offer central monitoring software to help the owner to configure and monitor multiple stores at once. So to this point, these two slides has explained the usage and features delivered by the same product. The components are pay as you go. Here, look at the mobile app's interface. It's user-friendly and easy to manage. These mobile applications connect to single or multiple sites, so that is suitable for a residential and multiple chain store. And it supports two technology, whether it's IP or analog cameras. And you are able to view multiple cameras at once too. So by selecting the icon here, you are able to see the live view from a different location, while you are also able to hear from the site and talk back to the site. Then, using your finger, you can do the zooming and also pan tilt for a PDZ cameras. Next one is about the image quality. You can decide if you want to display a high, medium, or low image quality. And lastly, we have mentioned about the command and control features in the earlier slide. And in the mobile apps, you are able to simply just click on the icon, turn on the lighting, or open the gate, or arm and disarm the site. And this one, it shows you the alarm notification pop up on your mobile phones, and you can check the event details by tapping on it. So we have talked a lot about the application, and now let's look into the products. Adpro Gateway is the highlight of today's topic. It's a Belgian-made product with a size of smaller than an iPad, and it supports 4 channels, which is sufficient to cover a 140 square meter areas. And Jade, would you please bring us through the key functionality of these ports?
Yes, Ashley, the micro SD slot, minimum with 32 GB and maximum for 512 GB. It's used for event recording only. I believe the users of 140 square meter scenario, which we discussed today, would only wish to store meaningful record. So the SD card store should be sufficient. Next for USB port 1. This one for 3G or 4G dongle. It will operational on 4G. USB 2 for Adpro I/O interface USB module. About AV out, we can connect an amplified loudspeaker to the AV out with line out of the Adpro gateway. In this case, you can connect one speaker at the side. If you install the cameras with built-in microphone, you can save the cost having additional speaker. About Ethernet port, connect to your network switch or router. For HDMI port, do not use for this HDMI port because it will operate by software only. About the network I/O module. For Adpro gateway, we have the input and output module. So you can connect the smoke detector or buzzer to this device. For I/O module, we have the base unit with 4 input and 4 output, include with RJ45 port, connect to the network switch. If you need more I/O, you can add the attention unit where directly connecting to the base unit. One base can support with 3 extension, so total can support with 128 input and 128 output.
Yep. So we believe for a small aerial, we're just using one base unit is sufficient. But in case there's some user that they will need to have more scenarios happens, then you can add the extension units to give you enormous alarm input and output options. Okay, so these are the hardware side. So we also mentioned about the video analytics. And in this case, there are 2 types of video analytics that we can propose to the to this solution. That was namely intrusion trace. And some of you might be curious how the paid analytics is different from the chipset analytics. So Jade, what do you think about a chargeable video analytics different from a chipset analytics like tripwire in the camera?
A paid video analytic could do much more than a free video analytic. Example, it can detect all targets, create the pattern and zones where you want to alarm to send. The configuration is straightforward yet enabling predictable alarm events.
Yep. So to echo what Jade have mentioned, like all targets means this video analytics is very sensitive. It can detect whether the object is moving very fast, like driving speed, or this person is rolling or crawling towards the detection zone. And also the robust detections, it helps to give you a very precise real alarm notification to the owner. So here, this is a short clip explaining to you how this video analytics works. Just give me 1 second. When a person entered to the detection zone, the alarm did not trigger, but when he is moving towards the unapproved directions in the detection zone, the alarm triggered. So that means with this intrusion trace, it helps the operator to work more efficiently because the video surveillance eliminates false alarm. And the best part of this is an eyelid approved video analytics. For your information, eyelids was set up by the UK government to test video analytics. They have created a lot of footage for real alarms, such as people crawling, walking, running to the fence, and etc. As well, the false alarms like birds flying, or maybe there's some others false alarm under many lighting and weather conditions. Getting eyelid certification was really difficult. The approval criteria are based on the accuracy of real alarm detection, and the alarm reception must be less than 10 seconds. So in this case, we are looking at the speed of less than 7 seconds when there is a real alarm detected and notified the user. So next, it will be loitering trace analytics, which able to detect a human remaining too long in a scene, whether the person is sleeping on a bench or maybe there's a dog actually sitting on the shop. So the analytic use advanced algorithm to maximize the target detection and tracking. To the laundry shop example that we have shared earlier, having loitering trace will help the retail owner to reduce the risk of business losses through early intervention. The owner will get notification when the camera detects an object is staying at the same spot for too long. Through the video verification, it can tell you whether it's a dog, it means that it's a false alarm, or it's a thief trying to steal something. That means it's a real alarm. This clip here is going to show you how the algorithm works. Now you're seeing a person walking towards the detection zone. While we have already able to detect him when he entered the zone, the light turned green, but the alarm did not trigger, only until he has some suspicious action. And now you see the person is going to squat down and the box turned red. And now this is time that the alarm will notify the owner. So these are considered as a suspicious action. So to the laundry shop again, an audio link can use to deter the offender. So 80% of the intruder are avoided through audio challenges. That's all about the offerings now. So let's look onto the process to set up. To set this up, there are only two things which is required. First is the XO client, which is commissioning tools. It's free of charge. The user for first time installation is only required one time and 5 simple steps. And thereafter, the setting will mirror to the future devices. And it supports configurations for IP address, Wi-Fi, firmware upgrades, I/O module, and dynamic DNS. And next one to the multiple chain store scenarios where they would need to have a software to monitor multiple sites. So we have decentralized monitoring station called VCP. This is a chargeable software and it supports rapid assessment of the alarm events and it gives you a spontaneous reactions to what you want to do with the alarm. And this also support interactive monitoring to the site activities. And you are able to do arm and disarm through the VCP as well. So to the operator, this means really convenient and easy to use. So altogether, it's just a simple step. So on the following slide, Jade will give you an overview of the setup guide and what the VCP do. So Jade, over to you now.
Thank you, Ashley. For step number 1, before process, you should to get the Adpro XO client software and IFT gateway commissioning tools on the package or our website and installation the software on your computer. For step number 2, connect the device to IFT gateway commissioning tools. Then process the license from IFT gateway commissioning tool with token key. We have some document for token key inside the packet. Step number 3. After installation the XO client and open the software, please input the device name, user login with password. The default login is 0 and password is 666 and 777. Step number 4. After login, please change the IP address of Adpro gateway, same as IP address of your camera or your network router. Finally, with step number 5, set up IP camera. We have the auto discovery for searching the IP camera, or you can add it by manual configure. For live view interface, after process setup already, we can see the live view interface on the first screen. For layout view, can select with 1 channel or 4 channel of the camera. On the right side of screen, we have some module for manual recording. Take a snapshot from live view, control PTZ, and we can active and deactivate the input and output device from here also. Adding device mobile app. Once the configuration is done on the XO client, the user can do the change on the mobile app, including add a new device. The mobile app support iOS and Android. You can download via App Store and Play Store for Adpro Itrace. For Adpro Itrace, we can use with multiple devices for Adpro gateway. And in the next month, we will support with P2P function also. First time, you should input about device name, IP address, and log in with password from Adpro gateway. For mobile app, we can see the live view from the camera, PTZ control, and viewing event when we can detection from camera or I/O device.
Yep, the features we have shown in the earlier slide. Basically, these are just some simple steps for first-time installation. Then next, we'll explain about VCP, which is a centralized monitoring station for multi-site chain store. And this will be benefiting to those chain store owner. So Jade, can you bring us through the details of this?
Yes, we have the VCP Video Central Platinum software same like the VMS in Max Pro VMS. For the VCP feature, about security surveillance, we can remotely control PTZ camera from monitoring, database searching to recall and display all previous events, command center for single or multiple operator. About video alarm verification, can fast display, storage, and retrieval of alarm image. Video verification of alarm event. Individual operator access control. Finally, with interactive monitoring, we can listen and talk to the remote site. Control site device such as light, gate, or barrier. Notify when device is offline. After setup and installation device to VCP software, for the main menu of active site, we can see and select a camera from Adpro gateway associated with event and alarm. On the right menu, we can switching between lights and playback view mode from here. Under the main menu, we can see the event list from IP camera or I/O device, and we can generate the report from database to be searched with size name, start date range, end date range, and other with optional filter. We can support fisheye 360 degree of camera, and we can selecting a fisheye camera. The video is displayed in DWAP view, as shown below.
Yep, thanks, Jade. So to wrap this up, we are only referring to 5 SKU from Adpro series, plus another 5 recommended CCTV from Honeywell to accomplish the solution that fits residential and chain store applications. Honeywell have been doing security business for 75 years globally. We cover a broad range of offering for mid to high-end segment, from normal commercial building solution to industrial solutions. We have direct presence in more than 100 cities globally. These include direct presence in 6 countries in ASEAN with local service support, while many of our distributors are present in the major cities. So we welcome your feedback again. Here is the local representative for security products for you to keep in touch with. And lastly, for Adpro Gateway is compatible with crowd solution, which we call it Max Pro Crowd. For the site that have installed Adpro Gateway, will have an option for expansion and crowd storage in near future. Max Pro Crowd is an offering an integrated solution with access control and intrusion management. And we are going to have a webinar to talk about Max Pro Crowd specifically in 1 month later. So these are the dates that you should look up to. So that's all for today's sharing. I hope this session is useful for you. So now let's move on to the Q&A session.